Okay, Year 11 is based on your lesson today, and you're learning today about the South Wales case study. Now, you don't need to use the South Wales case study. You could use anything in your schema, your own knowledge. You could talk about the O2, for example, when it originally was the Dome, and it's progressed to become an industry. You could talk about your local area, or you could talk about places that have been regenerated. Those of you aiming for your 7 to 9s may want to do that and may want to manipulate this question towards your own ideas. So if we bug it again, we are talking about describe is our command word, so we are stating what we have seen. Industry, remember this is in the UK, changed one area over time. So we are looking at, before we even begin, a chronology. And maybe that's what you want to do to create this lesson, to flesh out this answer. So if we are talking about South Wales, our case study is this one I cannot pronounce. In South Wales. Remember our strategy here to develop our answer, because as the mark scheme is saying, you need one idea. Your idea is going to be your case study and what the original industry was, and then each development is how that has changed over time. If you break down the mark scheme and break down the question, it makes it much easier to answer. So if we do a chronology of South Wales, we are going to talk about traditional mining. It's now being replaced and has high unemployment. So as we're moving from this, we are talking about 19th century. It was an ironworks. We moved, and in the 20th century, it became coal mining. And then after that, it became a Hoover factory, employing 5,000 people. And that closed in 2009, which again has led to unemployment. Or has it? Can you find this area and see what it's doing now? Maybe it's gone into tourism. Who knows? Have a look at tourism in the mining factories in South Wales, and that might give something unique for this answer. But remember, it's only 4 marks. So originally we are talking about our idea here. What was South Wales originally and what it has led to? High unemployment. Then we are talking about your first development, the 19th century, your second development, the 20th century, and your final development, which is your Hoover factory and unemployment, or has it? So at each stage, I would ask myself, so what? Well, so what? What's it doing now? So I've gone from my idea saying, so what? Well, in the 19th century, I know it was coal mining, ironworks. So what? Well, in the 20th century, it then became a coal mine. So what? Well, then it was replaced by Hoover factory. So what? Well, now it's led to unemployment, which finishes our question. So if you look here, you've got 1 mark for your idea, 1 mark for your development, 1 mark for your development, 1 mark for your final development. That's what the examiners are looking for. And then we are going to use our final process of glancing back over our question to see that we've answered it correctly, to check our spelling, punctuation and grammar, and to see our geographical consistency. And what we mean by that is using our tier 3 vocabulary.